So now, guys, big up the HECZ here, coming at you with a video, I'm going to give you a little bit of background as to why I'm making it. I'm outside right now because it's beautiful. So pardon the little pool things in the background, but over the weekend something amazing happened. And it wasn't a tournament placing. Obviously, we came in second place and third, so that wasn't that good. But for the first time ever in our history, in OpTic's history, within Call of Duty, we're going to be included in the game. Now, I started playing in 2006, right? That's when I picked up Call of Duty, and that's when I started, becoming in love with the game, right? And ever since then, every single time I saw like graffiti on the walls of the tournament, or I saw, different aspects of it, I always dreamed of a time where we could be a part of that. We could be in the game at some sort, at some level, right? And little by little, like we started making strides towards that. Nate Shot, wrote the Black Ops 2 strategy guide with T. Martin and Ernest, Ernie Lee, as you guys know him, and that to me was like part of it, right? I'm like, all right, so we're there already. Like that's awesome. We are a part of Call of Duty, no matter what, right? And that's what I've always wanted to do, right? I've always wanted to be a part of the franchise that got me into video games, right? To this level, because I've always played video games, but to this level, I think Call of Duty has been the franchise that really made it happen for me, in a sense, and it made it. Not only did it make it happen, but it sort of changed my life unexpectedly, right? Because going back to where I would come home and just make videos just to make videos, right? There was no payment. There was like for 2 years we made videos and there was no source of income for video games for us, and it was just a passion. At the time, it was like word of mouth, bragging rights, who the best is in a sense, and to me that was always the passion that drove me, and ultimately led me to the position that I'm in right now, and little by little, I always wanted to be a part of of Call of Duty in some sort of way, and this weekend with the announcement of our Exos suits. That was like a big check, off my list of things that I would want to accomplish within what I do. Those two things I always wanted. I always wanted to have like team jerseys in the game for competitive Call of Duty, and I always wanted my graffiti to make it into Call of Duty as well. Because as like everywhere you look on the walls and the maps within Call of Duty, there's always been like graffiti. I don't know what it takes to make a map. I don't know what goes into the algorithms or the dimensions and the mathematics that go into creating a video game. So I don't know if that could ever happen. But it was those two things. I always wanted to have our logo, whether it was on a camel for a gun, or whether it was team jerseys, or maybe an OpTic graffiti logo. That would have killed two birds with one stone, to be honest. If they would have been like, yo, we're gonna put your logo in graffiti, and that's that. But Sledgehammer went above and beyond, and I think it's a good step for Call of Duty esports, right? I think it's a good step for everyone, because in other esports you've had that before, right? But not to the level that you could have it in, and I think that's where it's gonna go. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video, guys, to thank you guys, obviously the fans and the supporters above all. It's been a dream come true for me to live the life that I'm living, and to obviously continue to grow. I mean, OpTic has had an amazing year so far, right? And we're evolving as a team daily. We're always trying to see what the next thing is, and like I said, for us it's always been like making things fun and cool, above anything else. The money's nice, obviously, but no one could ever say that we do things only for the money, because we slaved ourselves for about 2 years without getting any sort of payment from the thing, as we were building this community, and we were helping build an opportunity for others to do something like that. And it's one of those things, right? And things don't happen overnight. So if you're an aspiring team owner, or if you're a professional player, or you're about to become a professional player, one thing is for sure, and one thing is something that you can always rely on, is that nothing comes easy. Everything that you work for, everything that you want, comes at a cost. whether it's time sacrifice, whether it's sleep sacrifice, something. You're gonna have to sacrifice something, and you're gonna have to work your ass off if you want to make something happen. But if there's something I do know is that you can do it. So I'll leave you guys with that thought. And again, thank you to Sledgehammer for taking the right step forward and in competitive Call of Duty, at least, to make that happen. So yeah, I mean, hopefully with the release of Black Ops 3, it'll usher in a better era, a newer and better era for Call of Duty. I mean, we've had amazing years so far. Whether you guys like to admit it, whether you like to look at the bad side instead of the good sides, I think that so far, we've had a very successful Advanced Warfare season. So hopefully for the Black Ops 3 season, we're going to do a little bit better. But like I said, as long as the seasons continue to flow and as long as the fans and the organizations continue to push forward, I think that we're going to be doing okay. And I talked too much already. So again, I'll leave you with a thank you. Appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Until next time, as always, hey, don't leave without leaving a like. Hey, I'm you. Yeah, you. Till next time, as always, this has been OpTic. Peace.